Sorry, I just realised I look a bit like a French burglar at the minute with my moustache and cap. I promise it didn't have anything to do with the Louvre though, so I would not be here. Good morning from the bottom of Cane Hill. Managed to do it at the weekend with the help of some friends. Very, very grateful. Had such a good time, didn't end up filming, didn't pick the camera up. Had 2 injured crew though, 1 previously and 1 on the day. Carnage as you'd expect. Plan for this week, now that Cane Hill's out the way, I've got about 5 locks to do, just to get down a little bit further, and I'm going to start hopefully decorating the rest of the boat, which would be good. The weather's been pretty crap at the minute, so cruising's not the best, so anything I can do inside is a bit of a bonus. And then I've got a meal tonight with some customers / friends, and yeah, then rest of the week, like I said, just going to be working on the boat, maybe cruise a little bit further along, but this is pretty good location for me now, close to my parents and whatnot, so yeah, glad to be back. Typically got rain coming over the next couple of hours, which is just enough time to get the locks done, and then it should stop, so I'll get my coat out. So I managed to do all the locks yesterday, got the boat where I wanted it. There's a nice parking spot, you can pay like a £5 for a week here. Gorgeous day today, lovely out. Actually pulling like 230 watts of solar in at the minute. So plan for the day, start taking bits out of the bedroom. Mattress is going to be, and all the bedding is going to be the hardest part to store somewhere sensible. Got these drawers to move out the way, little shelving unit and whatnot. I'm also going to start properly lining these hatches. I didn't do the best job in the first place. I think I should have used 15mm plywood. I used 18s. They've never kind of really closed properly. And now they're starting to, obviously where there's not really been much heat on the boat, they've started to go mouldy and rot a bit. So hopefully if it keeps dry today, that might be a job for today. Do these first before making a mess. Oh sorry, make the mess first before I've freshly decorated it in here. I'll probably need to cut those back at Dad's workshop though, so yeah, see how far I can get today. I'll start clearing it out anyway. Go from there. I might open this cover up as well. Got that was down it. Did its job. Yeah, these don't seem to be coming out. They're only stuck in, but with that CT grab and bond, whatever it is, and there's just no way that's coming out. So plan B is to sand these right back, give them a good stain, but I need to just kind of take a few mil off, so possibly even plane them. Right, this is where I'm to at the minute. I've managed to take plywood out of this one because the edge had started to come apart. But you can see the back edge that was against the metal was just completely delaminated as well. So that one's coming off. I'm going to take that back and cut a new piece. But in the meantime, whoa, as you can see, it's starting to rust a little bit here. So I can put some rust treatment on both. I don't think I ever painted the edges properly, so both of those. And then once I've done that, I'll put a coat of Zinza, like stain block, on this one. And then, to be honest, by that time it's probably going to be dark. And typically, tomorrow it looks like there's a big storm coming, so I'm not going to have a chance to finish these off properly. But if I can get them somewhat back together tonight, at least waterproof for tomorrow, I'll try and see what the weather's actually going to do. Yeah, rain coming in from about 7 o'clock tonight, right the way through the whole of tomorrow. Better get cracking now. Just wait for this all to cure and then give this a little sand back and then put some Zinza block on this. Start taking some more bits out for now there. So Zinza bin, unique shellac based primer, sealer, stain killer and odour blocker. Touch dry in 15 minutes, recoat in 45. Let's give this a go. Hello. Whoa, geez, not too close, mate. Start nibbling inside my boat. No, oi. No, get out of it. Nice paint. Stop it. Stop it. Shh. God, scary this is. No. 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 It's paint. Paint. No. Get out of it. Yeah, you're quite intimidating. You won't believe what, well, you probably will believe what I've just done. I've sat on a bucket of swan food. I just smashed it. Food everywhere. Gone down the holes in the bed. No. Right, time to try and batten the hatches without any way of locking them shut. Probably just going to try and duct tape from outside. And hopefully it'll just keep the rain off for tomorrow until it stops raining. Wow, that's orange. See what I can come up with outside. Probably won't be able to film this because it's literally a canal just there. Time's flown by, it's like 5 o'clock and dark already. Just been packing up, clearing up after myself really. Just gonna make a quick coffee before I drive back. So just a quick thank you to the guys over at EcoFlow for continuing to support my channel. They've sponsored this week's video. As you'll know by now, I'm sure, they're my go-to for power stations. I've just been using this Delta 3 Plus as a backup on the boat recently, especially now that the nights are coming in. Even though I've got a fairly decent electrical setup, solar's really not doing as much this time of year. It's just nice to use this rather than run down my own house batteries, especially on higher output appliances. Like the coffee machine. So the Delta 3 Plus is an 1800 watt AC output power station, 1024 watt hours. The AC will actually peak at 3600 watts or running through X boost up to 2400 watts. So power pretty much anything on the boat, including the washing machine, which I tested last time. I think size and weight of this thing are a real advantage. You can carry this into a cafe or an office easy enough and recharge from 0 to 100% in 56 minutes. Also, solar input on this is huge. This will take 1000 watt of solar panels, so two 500 watts, which is huge. I've only got 640, I think, or 680 up on the roof. Ports wise, it's got 4 AC outputs, 2 old school USB A's, which are actually fast charge ones, so anything for like even charging the drone or whatnot, handy for those. And then it's got 2 140 watt USB C's, which is huge for plenty to power a MacBook directly without having to resort to the inverter working, which is slightly less efficient. So you can charge an iPhone fast charge directly, or like I said, a MacBook or something. As you expect, it's got LiFePO4 battery inside, so about 4,000 cycles or 10 years normal usage until it's down to about 80% capacity. It's got a 5-year EcoFlow warranty as well, so for peace of mind. I've got it connected to the EcoFlow app so I can adjust things, turn AC on and off remotely. Really handy. And I've actually been using the Delta 2 Max in my van a bit more than usual at the minute. The alternator on my van's failed. Actually stopped working whilst I was about 4 hours away from home up in Lincoln the other day. And yeah, so what I've been doing, you know, the alternator charger I fitted, EcoFlow's alternator charger, you can actually backward charge the van battery. So I managed to get it all the way home, just running my van's electrics off of the Delta 2 Max. So that's been really handy. I'm actually gonna have to take this back in the van with me because the Delta 2 Max is almost flat now. So I'm gonna use this to charge my van whilst I'm driving to get home. Hopefully it'll be enough. I think we're on 80%. That should be fine, 85%. I'll show you how I get on anyway. I have finally ordered a new alternator though. That's the only thing. It kind of, because it was working so well, it put me off ordering a new alternator. If you have been considering buying an EcoFlow, they're running a huge Black Friday campaign. I think it's up to 60% off. Plus I'll add any codes and discounts that I can get for you up on the screen now. Right, hopefully this is charged enough for me to get back in the van. This situation reminds me of breaking down in London in winter. Boat battery's completely dead. Having EcoFlow was so reassuring because I could charge it at a friend's house and bring it back to the boat. There. Just to show I'm not lying. That comes on. This is the alternator charger. Shows the van battery at 11.9 volts, nothing going in. The charging cable goes to the alternator. This one's got a port on the back. So I can, via the app, start working. I might have to select the emergency one because the battery's so low. Confirm. Yeah, now that EcoFlow is charging the van battery, you can set how many amps you want it to put out. So if I put it to 40, just try and get it to kind of sit at 12.6, 12.7, and then we'll see how long that's going to last. 12.6 volts on the van battery now, 12.7, which is good. Should last about an hour and 38, and it's roughly an hour's drive home. I'll let you know how I get on. Well, I made it home, and what percent's it on? 33%. I could run it for another 47 minutes. Thank you, EcoFlow. Not long got to the workshop. It's been storming pretty hard most of the day, so it's nice to be working inside finally. Just picked up some plywood. coat of this on the back and sides. Right, whilst that first coat's drying, next project for this evening, gonna make a little boxing in bit for that. That's the back of the tunnel light, basically in the bedroom. It's just exposed, a bit ugly, so I'm just gonna make a little box in kind of section. What have we got here? 18's too thick. It's gonna be like Goldilocks porridge, isn't it? It's too thin. Ah, just right. Whoa. How much do we need these troubles? Let the glue dry, give it a sand, and then coat that Zinza. Right, looks like the boat survived the storm. I'll just check how my hatch tape did. Hey, that's not too bad at all. Before I start the hatches, I'm just going to see if this little box I made fits. Oh, lovely. Don't really even have to describe it, it's not that much a curve at the top. Look who's back. Yeah, hang on. No. Ah, get out of it. More? Right, I need to buy myself some time here. All the way over there. Go on. Over there. Over there. There you go. Quick. Right, I'm going to shut this a minute. Too dangerous. God, I wish I had my own sealant gun. This one's crap, isn't it? Right. Play nice. Play nice, please. No, don't do that. Buy myself some time here. Right, you have to go far away. Far. Go on. Don't be shy about it. Far. Far. No. Get out of it. Get out of it. Get out of it. No. Ah. I'm very vulnerable here. Hang on. I'm going to run out in a minute. Oh yeah. More? A little bit here. There you go. Just had an idea, I don't know if it'll work or not, but what if I clamp it actually in position? Like this. So that'll give it a nice even thing exactly where we want it closed. If I tap that out there so I don't hit my head. I don't know if you remember me saying that I thought these should have been lined with 15mm. This is 18, it's fitting fine. It's just where I put a thicker adhesive on the back, that Bond-It stuff is just too thick and it wouldn't compress. That's gone quite nice and flush now. Right, let that cure. I'm also going to put some, I can't remember what they're called, but like dome head bolts, just to properly secure it. Start on these hatches next. Unfortunately, this side has been holding water, and yeah, these are rotten on the bottoms. But I think it's still quite well stuck, so it's going to be a right pain to get out. Plan is make a load of cuts in this with a circular saw, set it to exactly 18mm so it doesn't cut the metal, and then yeah, try and chisel it out bit by bit. These are all looking a bit better, giving it a bit of a clean up. I'm just going to put some rust treatment all around now. This one is actually pretty solid still. It's not actually soft, it's just water stained, so I'll sand that back after and put rust treatment on first. Or shall I sand it first? I'm going to take a bit of the meat off with the sander actually. Then rust treatment. It was actually rubbing a bit on the bottom. So off camera, it's clear and fine now, but off camera I've just sort of beaten the bottom up with a hammer a bit. Just this ledge. And yeah, it's closing well now. A lot better. Just take some of the meat off the plywood. It's protruding a little bit. So if you're wondering why I'm putting nuts and bolts in this time, this outer hatch, the one that closes second, when you pull the hatch in to close it, there's quite a bit of pressure, and all you're doing is technically pulling against the plywood, pulling the plywood off of the metal. So I'm thinking if I put 2 bolts in that outer one, then it's got a solid fixing and there's no way of opening it if someone tries to break in. To be fair, that glue, trying to get that off anyway, my god. Just put an extra couple of bolts on the other side as well, just for the sake of it. Give this a quick sand, coat of paint, and then once that's dry, mount all these just going to park the boat renovations for the time being because my alternator's arrived for the van, so I need to prioritise fitting that really. It's getting a bit late, so I might get some lights out in a minute. But yeah, alternator's here. Thanks to the starter motor and alternator company. 2 bags of Haribo there, I just dropped. Thanks very much. Ooh. This is the bad one. I checked it the other day. It actually looks like the original one from Mercedes. The van's on like 180,000 miles, so it's done pretty well. Obviously when you add a leisure battery, I've got the Victron DC to DC charger on there and the EcoFlow alternator charger, and this obviously just comes to the end of its life. All I've got to do is release the tensioner to get the belt off. There's 4 of these bolts here and 2 cables. Found a handy video earlier.
That's what we'll start with. First thing we're going to do is disconnect the battery. I like to use disposable gloves. Hope you can see that. And we're just going to remove our belt off the alternator.
Right.
And we're just going to remove our belt off the alternator.
This is the toolkit that John from Narrowboat Warrior gave me. So handy, really got me out of trouble so many times. Thanks, John. Right, I found the tensioner. We just put the socket on there, like a little 12-sided thing. This bit, and I basically put a bar on this, take the slack off, take this off here, and then yeah, these bolts. I need to take the battery off first, so. Normally a proper cover on this, but I've just left it whilst I'm messing about with batteries and whatnot. 10 mil. What? Where's that gone? Bar. Drop. Quite heavy, aren't they? One old alternator. Oh. Ooh. Right, now I need to try and lift the new one up. A couple of bolts to hand. Bolts come. Ah. Don't go off it. Don't go off it. Ow. I had a little bit of a whoopsie when I was putting it back on, and the belt came off one of the pulleys because it's like a ribbed belt. It needs to be completely in line, and I started turning it by hand just to make sure the belt basically popped off. But I think I've got it back on now, and it all seems to move nicely without coming off. So in theory, I let the tension off, and then sorted. 14.2 volts coming in, and now I'm actually charging the EcoFlow rather than the EcoFlow charging my van. Just gonna have a clear up now, and then beer of the week and a bit of a catch up. Oh, my goodness, I look tired. Time for beer of the week. This is from Northern Monk, and it's a collaboration with Get Baked, which is a bakery up in Leicester, Leeds, I think, Leeds. And basically, Rich Myers, the guy, he came up with, I think it was originally called the something Bruce cake, and then he got fed up with people thinking it was out of Matilda. He still swears it wasn't out of Matilda, but it's a huge chocolate cake. Looks just like what Bruce would eat.
She made this cake just for you to have on your very own. Her sweat and blood went into this cake, and you will not leave this platform until you have consumed the entire confection. Entire confection.
So anyway, he's changed the name to Bertha recently. This is a long intro for a beer. He's changed the name to Bertha recently, and this is the Golden Bertha. So I think it's caramel, and it's a luxury chocolate cake stout, 8.4%. I think I picked this up in Morrison's. A slice of gold, a rich, deep chocolate stout, decadent, indulgent, thick. Shut up and enjoy it. You ain't got to tell me twice. Takeaway cup. Oh, that smells just like a chocolate cake, as you'd expect, really. Ooh. You can taste the alcohol. It tastes strong. It tastes like 8%. But that is really nice and sweet and just rich. Anyway, yeah, quick catch up. Apologise for not finishing the bedroom off this week. Those hatches just took a lot longer than I thought. And there's no point decorating until the hatches are done. I've ran out of time, basically. And yeah. So next week I'll be filming second half of doing the bedroom. Hopefully get that decorated. I'm still not 100% on colour, whether it's just to do white like I've done in the kitchen living room. And then yeah, I need to paint the bathroom as well. I'll probably tie that all in. And then yeah, hopefully get the boat up for sale. Whether it sells this side of Christmas or not, we'll see. But yeah, I still need to look into the engine. A few of you have asked what the score is with the engine. I've still got a new replacement from John and Ali, bless them. It's been parked up in my dad's shed for, oh my goodness, probably a year and a half, 2 years now. Probably a year and a half. That's an option, but what I'm tempted to do is just have a look or get someone like a mechanic, because if I sell the boat, I want it to be sort of third party, check that it's all sound. Yeah, get one of the local mechanics on their K&A, just come and give it a once over. It might need a gasket or something somewhere. It's losing a bit of coolant, it's smoking a bit, and it's losing a little bit of oil. It might all be combined into one. I don't know if it's head gasket because it's not overheating. But yeah, there's air getting into the cooling system. So I'll get someone to figure that out. And then yeah, the boat's going to be going up. We're hoping for offers around 40,000. It's a 50-foot boat. So if it was traditional narrowboat fitted out traditionally, probably be around 50k. It's a little bit older. It's done to not everyone's taste. Not everyone wants a modern boat, so dropped a little bit there. It's got great electrical system, as you know. It was freshly refitted about 4 years ago. So yeah, I think it'd be a good boat for someone. But yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. Do get in touch if you're interested. And then yeah, hopefully I'll be getting a new project once that one's out the way, which I'm really excited for. I'm not sure how often videos are going to be over the next couple of weeks / months. I've got quite a bit of work lined up, but yeah, again, if anyone needs any help with their boats, do get in touch for work quotes and stuff. Thank you so much to everyone who's contacted me already for work. Really grateful. So it's just yeah, finding the balance between filming and working. Oh, if the boat doesn't sell over winter, then I'm probably going to be doing another van build of some sort. just one to do on the side and then maybe sell in the spring. So I kind of need a side project to keep filming. Once the boat's done, I want something to keep me busy. So yeah, possibly another van build coming up as well. But for now, I'll say bye. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to EcoFlow. Don't forget to check out the deals for Black Friday. I'll put the links down in the description, pin comment. And I'll see you next week for part 2 of bedroom transformation. Right, I'm going to bed. Thank you to my patrons as well.